All right, Alpha Trading. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Winter has hit us in Carson City, Nevada. Got my goggles on. I'm ready for some powder days. That's right. Hit the mountain in full force. What's going on in cryptocurrency land? Tell you what's going on in cryptocurrency land, especially for all you bears out there that don't have eyes to see and ears to hear. It's getting ready to pop big time. Let's take a look at the projection bosses and the daily Laplace and normal distribution ranges. First, let's take a quick look here. Let me take off the projection bosses so we can get a better look here at the ranges. Let's pop this up a little bit. So what have we done today? Let me take one quick peek over on our VRE. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. That's what I thought I was seeing. So right down here at the bottom of this wick on the daily candle, that yellow dot right there, that is the 68.3% Laplace distribution probability level. We opened up the new day, hit it immediately, and started moving to the upside. Where did we go to the upside? Well, we went to the first standard deviation. Normal distribution is at $57,000 or $57,415. We just got back up above it off a brief little pullback. Let's see here. 95.4% Laplace distribution range to the top side's at $59,504. Second standard deviation normal distribution is at $59,773. Will we hit one of those levels today? Probably a little unlikely, but we're definitely moving in that direction. So right now, so far, pull over here onto the VRE, which I'll get back up. The white cross line right here, that is the 68.3 Laplace distribution probability range to the downside. You can see bounced right off of it, made a run up above it, came back, candles closed on the top side of the 68.3 Laplace distribution range. You use that as a springboard to go to the first standard deviation normal distribution. That is right there, blue cross line. So yeah, this will be interesting. So it's what's going on right now, right? The bears are going to try to not let Bitcoin close above this first standard deviation. Because if that happens, we're probably at the beginning of the new day, we'll probably come down just like today, test the bottom side of the 68.3 and rip again up to the upside. So this last 4-hour candle is going to be pretty important to see what's going on. The bears are in trouble from what I'm seeing. Let's go back over here. I'll show you something. We can turn on our projection bosses first. We'll turn on the projection boss 1. Looking good. I've got this projection starting when we have a pivot in price on the daily right here. Okay. And this is where you want to start these projections. For all you lucky enough out in Alpha Trading Land, it does have this free indicator, right? It's fantastic. Let's see here. You can see how we are above the 95.4% Laplace distribution range on this projection. If it makes a run to the 99.7, we're talking new all-time highs. Let's say by the end of the week. Let's see here. 15, 16, gets ready. What's the date today? Yeah, there we go. We're talking about almost an $80,000 Bitcoin. Does it make that run this week? You know how Bitcoin does it. You know, it could, it couldn't. You know, it's all going to depend on what we're seeing on the other chart that I'll pull up here shortly. We got to see what's going on with the volatility and our Wolf's Bane indicator on the higher time frames. So that's that projection starting from here. Now, even better, I'm going to load up the projection boss 2, starting a little bit farther back. There we go. Oh yeah, it's a beauty. Getting blown up over here. Everybody's all excited about the snow. Hilarious. My brother just bought a freaking $70,000 tractor. He's already digging his pond. Let's see here. So I've got it started back here on July 30th. Why do I have this projection starting here? Well, number one, this was the run up from 28K to 43,000, right? And you can see, why is this still valid? Well, you can see all the tests to the mean. of this projection, and then the test to the downside of the 68.3, where recently down there at 41K, that we use that as a launch pad. Here's where we are now. It's very valid. I'm going to keep an eye on this projection 100%. Let's jump up onto the weekly real quick here. Let me get on. There we go, because we did get a new weekly candle, ladies and gentlemen. Did we not? Yes, we did. Okay, now let me go to a weekly. Let me turn off PB2. Scale this correctly. Now, PB2, take a nap. There we go. Now this is what I want to see, right? Powerful weekly chart. Let's turn on these PB1s. And it is perfect, right where I want to start it. This was beautiful. I showed this last week, how we came down and tested the top side of the 68.3 Laplace distribution range. Both these wicks, that wick to the dollar, this one, it shorted it just a little bit. Now we're continuing back up. Are we going to get up here to the 95.4% Laplace distribution range this week? It's right around on the daily. It's right around where the daily is at the 99.7 on that projection I was showing you. It's right about a little over 80K, about 82, 82.8, something in that range. But since we did get the new weekly, let's silent those since I just got that price. Let's look at these new weekly. Oh, this is beautiful too, to be honest. Look what's going on here. Right now, where did we just reject from? Right, we rejected from the weekly 68.3 Laplace distribution range. Okay, boom, you see the yellow dot down here. This is the weekly Laplace, the 68.3 Laplace distribution range right there. So as of right now, that is where we are ranging. Let's see, where's the first standard deviation normal distribution? 60,600. Second standard deviation normal distribution, 67,150, give or take a couple dollars. And the 95.4% Laplace distribution range, 68,000 and some change, $23 to be exact. That'd be great. That would be a little more reasonable than that 80K range at the end of this week. I could definitely see that getting hit. Get a nice big weekly candle here. So that is beautiful in itself. And when we get this monthly close, watch, it's a ways off. Let's take a peek though. Let's see where we're at on these monthly probabilities. Don't be afraid of the monthly chart. Trading view, there you go. Okay, we are almost to first standard deviation. First standard deviation on the monthly chart is 58,722. Look for that area coming into the day tomorrow. Hell, guys, we could get there today, to be honest, if this thing really wants to pump out these last few hours. Wouldn't shock me if this thing jumped up another, what is that, $1,500? I mean, we know how Bitcoin does it. Hell, it can have a 15-minute candle jump a couple K. But right now, there's a little battle going on, right? These bears are scared shitless. They do not want this price to get up into, price discovery at all, because it's just going to rip. They're all going to get liquidated. They're going to be very unhappy. Very unhappy. And this is typical. This is typical from what I always see. Like I saw yesterday, a lot of shorts started piling on. Where did all the shorts start piling on at? They started piling on down here. I saw a lot of shorts pile on when this price action dumped here. They didn't start piling on up here at this high yesterday at 56.6. They started piling on at the bottom. This is why at Alpha Trading we trade this way. You'll never sell another bottom, buy another top. It's just when you understand what you're looking at, those days are over. All right. Okay, so now we got the weekly, we got the monthly ranges. Let's go over. Let's check out some higher time frames here. Let's get to there. First, let's pop on the weekly real quick. Let's take a look at this. And looking good. Looking real good. Let's see here. Let me get some quick. Yeah, we got some weak. Yeah, we got some weak. We're playing out some weak bull div. It doesn't look very weak, does it? Looks pretty damn powerful. But this is the Wolf's Bane indicator with a nice little upgrade here, right? You can see the variance. This top line here is the variance, and the outside of the variance line is whether or not that variance is positively correlated or negatively correlated, right? When the outside is blue, right? Positively correlated rise in variance. What happens? Price goes up 100% of the time. Not sometimes, all the time. That's why these indicators are so powerful. Over here, and you can see the inside. See how it's white, the variance? When it turns pink, that's when there's a statistical outlier telling you there's a fat tail event in progress. Beautiful thing. Warning, warning, fat tails everywhere. Get your iPhone out, snap some photos, or your Android, whatever suits you. Right here, see? Now you can see right here, we have an outlier on the variance, right? Pink on the inside, but now it's negatively correlated, right? Look at the price. Down we go. One hell of a drop. Remember that? That was literally from 60K down to right around 30. Yeah, right around 30K. Guys, $30,000 drop. That's why these indicators are powerful. I don't care what time frame you trade, right? A lot of people at Alpha Trading, we like to scalp the low time frames. We like to get in on every little move. We don't like to just sit in the positions. This is how powerful these are, though. If you just traded this variance, bingo, good times. So let's see here. Look at the Z-score. Z-score down here is the cloud. Okay, Z-score, returns oscillator. I talked about this before the close last week. All right, you can see how we had higher highs on price action, right? Now look at the lower lows on the returns oscillator, right? It printed some bear div. We had to pull back. But after that pullback, look what got created. So what I was trying to tell people, right? I got a lot of flack for it. Well, people don't understand the imbalance in buy and sell pressure. I can't help people with that. If you don't want to listen, hey man, it's not my job to get you to. I just try to point out facts. So what do we got here? We got higher lows on price action after that bear div pullback, right? We had a lower low. We had a lower low on the returns oscillator. What is that? That's a continuation divergence. That's hidden bull divergence. That hidden bull divergence so far has played out only $16,000. What are you going to say? I don't know, man. I try to lead them to the water. Can't make all the sheep drink, though, man. That's just the way it is. You can lead the sheep to the water. You can't make them drink. Another thing on the weekly. Look what's going on this weekly. These last 3 weeks, I might add. Look at the variance. It's having an outlier on the weekly. It's blue on the outside, positively correlated. Price action heading up. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, let's see here. What else do we got working? Anything sticking out? Our entropy. Yeah, this is looking real good, right? The alpha AME EPP, right? This is absolute mean entropy. That is the bottom half of this indicator, is the entropy. The top side is our EPP, our entropy price percentile. What is the EPP? It's R squared. R squared. What is R squared? It's the coefficient of determination. It is literally going to tell you what's happening. Is there confluence between the entropy and price action? Yes, there is. Bright green. When you see a bright green candle on this weekly, and all these last 3 weeks, it's telling you log returns are above the mean, and the correlation is increasing. The entropy is starting to come out of, when you see entropy up around the zero threshold, that means the market is random. When you see entropy coming out, like over here, this whole run up to 65K, look at the entropy drop in the trend. That's what all the blue columns are. We're trending. That's what I'm looking for these next few weeks. I'm telling you right now, if you start to see this entropy drop down and it starts to get some blue columns telling you that we're leaving randomness and we're going into trend, what's the trend? Especially if you're getting green columns on top, you are going to see an explosion in Bitcoin to probably $100,000. You heard it here first, folks. Let's see. I know there's a lot of people out there preaching that, but guys, show me why they are. Are they just because they're bullish? Because or do they have indicators to back this stuff up? What are they showing you? That's what. So we came off this bear div on the weekly, right? And it was this high, right? This candle high, lower highs on the returns oscillator. We get this pullback, which created hidden bullish divergence, which is a continuation divergence. Beautiful thing. Go over here onto our volatility indicators over here. Our low length AVR is expanding, positively correlated. It's a little flat right now, but I guarantee you, we close today, this baby's going to jump up a little bit. The mid length, I'm looking for the same thing to happen. It might be at the end of tomorrow, not today's close, but you're going to see this weekly candle start to expand up here. Now, what's good down here is we're negatively correlated. We've been contracting. That's helping this walk up. All three of them, in my opinion, are saying up. For the first time in a while, since the all-time high, pretty much, the DLP on this weekly, we're starting to print a blue candle again. The standard error bands are getting ready to, at the end of this week, they'll probably cross up, or they're going to be real close to the zero threshold here. That'll be lovely to see. Let's see here. Let's drop down to a 3-day chart now real quick. And I already went through the entropy indicator. That's a bonus. There we go. 3-day. Ding, ding, ding. Let's see what is happening here. Yeah, this is exactly what you want to see, right? Variance is coming down. But it is actually, that's an interesting read right there. When does this close? When's this 3-day candle close? 12th. The hell's the date today? Tomorrow. So we get a new 3-day candle tomorrow. We get a real pump here. You're going to see this variance turn up. You will see this variance turn up because it is positively correlated, and that's why that's why we got these bear wicks down here. These bulls are strong right now. Look at the Z-score. Z-score's heading up. The returns oscillator is heading down. This is what I love to see though. Look at these highs though. You see the highs on the returns oscillator? That's this white line. These two highs, higher high here. Same with price action, higher highs. There is no continuation divergence to the downside. There is none. Oh, let's see here. Yep, that's looking good. DLP looks good. We're getting a strong 3-day candle, right? Because it's what you don't want to see is be a lower candle than that one. We want, before the close tomorrow, we want to see this DLP candle above that last little high candle there. Contraction, negatively correlated. Is that good? Yeah, it's still contracting just a little bit. So that's taking price action up. These two are positively correlated, kind of flat volatility. But I'm looking down here on the entropy. The entropy on this 3-day, we're finally getting some correlation with price action for the first time since way back here on this run up, right? Where was that local high up there at about 53? Yeah. So that is looking good. That is looking good. Let's see. When do we get a new 2-day? Let's drop down on this 2-day chart here. Boom, boom, boom. Today. Yep, it is the 11th, correct? Yes, it is. We get a new 2-day candle today. Now, remember what I just said about the variance turning up on the 3-day? It's happening on the 2-day already. Now, it is negatively. Look, this is what I was talking about. When variance comes down and it's negatively correlated, right? That's what the pink outside is telling you. Price action's going to walk up. That's volatility contracting, right? That's all variance is. It's a spread of data around the mean. And the standard deviation of returns is volatility. So when you see this variance coming down and it's negatively correlated, I will look at the close of the day for this outside to turn positively correlated. That you are probably going to see the outside turn blue. The Z-score looks good. The Z-score is getting ready to cross this zero mean up here. That's always a good sign. Let me see here. Where was that high up there? No, that's fine. And this is what's fantastic. I'll tell you what. It's looking real good because the reason, let me see here real quick. Where's the high on this returns oscillator? Was that candle right there? Yeah, that was a little bit of hidden bear. And so we got that 3-day candle right there. It ended up being a doji, but that brought price action down. This whole up move has been why the returns oscillator was going down. That's pretty damn strong. If you see at the close of the day, if you see this returns oscillator bounce off this zero mean to the upside, look out. Look out. That's all I got to say. You're going to see a power move. we get a pump by the end of the day, you're going to see a bigger candle on this high length AVR here. It's positively correlated. The other two negatively correlated, contracting, price rising. DLP looks real healthy too. We're getting bigger candles on the DLP during this whole move. That's why I'm looking for this returns oscillator to turn back up. Now here's a good sign. You see how when price action's going up here, and the returns oscillator turned down after this big daily candle, you see these pink, you see the pink histogram? You see when it went from blue, right? Look when it started turning pink. That is telling you don't trade on this returns oscillator. This is literally the R squared between returns and price action telling you that the correlation's decreasing, and that's not a good short right there. Obviously, you would have got wrecked, right? It went the opposite way. That's why this Wolf's Bane indicator is so powerful. We've got a correlated variance. We got correlated returns oscillator. Very powerful. Very powerful indeed. Plus, we throw in a little Z-score. Z-score of what? The Z-score of the log returns. Let's drop to the daily real quick. It's the last one. Looking good. Let's see here. I'm looking for the correlation on this daily variance to turn positive at today's close. Big time. Here's another thing I want to point out too. Let's go from back all the way to the bottom, all the way to here. And this, I'm talking about, this is some strong continuation divergence right here. Right, hidden bull divergence, big time. So today, yesterday too, we did. I mean, look at the big bull wick that got left behind. But you are seeing that there is a big time hidden bull divergence cooking right now. Yeah, contraction on the daily, negatively correlated on the mid-length and high-length AVR. Expansion positively correlated today. Look at the entropy building on the daily. Right, the entropy's starting to build again. The correlation's starting to ramp up. The EPP looking good, looking real good. All right, now that's going to be the weekly analysis from Alpha Trading. Enjoy. Come into our Discord as well. Come check us out. Links in the description.